Under architecture and area, I can choose this area plan. In the first dialog, I have to choose between rentable and cross-building. You can make your own if you want a third or a fourth type of area plans, but normally in normal projects, this rentable and cross-building should be covering your needs. I choose on which plans I want to make this area plan. Let's call this cross-building in this case. Press OK. Do we want Revit to automatically create a boundary line? Yeah, why not? On all three views. As you can see in your project browser, we have now a new category, area plans, cross-building, where there's 3 floor plans. What's special with this floor plan is, you see, we can see the rooms as well. You have this purple lines around the building, which indicate the outline of the area. And Revit has placed an area and placed an area tag in the middle. If we don't want the area with 2 digits, we can change it, modify, manage, project units. Then we have the kind of units and the format you want, so we can use this area and make it with 1 digit only. You can add this unit symbol as well, but I think it should be placed on none always, because then if you're using your data and do an export to Excel, etc., you have some cleaner data set if you don't have those units. So leave it on none if it's possible. We can add more area boundaries to this floor. If we want this apartment split in 2, we can add a line here. You saw the area changed. It's now only this area. This could be apartment B. We can add another area, not another area plan, but just the object area, and place it here. Apartment A. It's slightly different areas from the result we had last time, because this is gross building, the other one was rentable of each room. So we have the area, the footprint of the walls. This area is added in this view. It wasn't added in the other one that was rentable rooms, and we didn't have the area of the wall footprint. Of course, we can see those areas in a schedule. Right click, new schedule, cross building areas. I want the name, number, level, area. And I have this schedule. Let's say I have a stairway in this floor. Just make some new boundary lines. We have a stairway here. Just room this line. There don't have to be a wall to create an area. Most of the time it doesn't make sense without wall, but it is possible to make an area plan without walls. We can put in walls. Let's see if it's right. Yeah. In your project, you have to get the right area of this apartment A. You have to add a certain part of this. Let's call this is a stair, the entrance stair to this building. So we have to divide this area and add it to the areas of these two apartments. Again, we have to tell Revit that we want to add a value to a certain value. Then we have to make a parameter to have a placeholder for this value. Then I go to Fields, Add Parameter, addition area, and the type of parameter. Any suggestions? Yes. This grouping under, we have a lot of options, but it's just to make a kind of sorting of your parameters. You can see here you have schedules, identity data, other. So it's just a sorting of your data. We can make it. Let's take, as Revit suggests, analyze result. We can see it will appear in the schedule. And if I go to the area plane, if I mark this area, you can see it should appear additional area where I can write I can simply write the formula here. Just it's easier than using a calculator. When I see the schedule, of course it have added those this area. But I want those two areas to be added, substituted here in another column. Again, I go to Fields. Then I make this calculated values. I call it some area. Again, it will be a area. And the formula is, it's the hard one. I want the area plus additional area. Okay, and okay. And then I have this new field in the schedule called sum area. Like this. When you're starting using formulas in schedules, you have to be aware of that. You see all the others here. Here I have this 123 and 5.9 will be this. But in this column, this area is 146 plus nothing. And then Revit said nothing and 0 isn't the same in Revit's terminology. So if I add a 0 here, it will make the calculation right. Of course, it should be the same result as this 5.9. But remember always to put a 0 when you're using formulas. And of course, I can make a total of the sum area by It doesn't matter when we have this. I can put them together by levels. Can make sense. If I want this schedule to show all the apartments and not all the stairways, is it possible? And how? There's a lot of way I can add a parameter which tells the Revit which area is a certain category. I can sort it by the name. Said I want a filter. I only want where the names begins with apartments. Didn't we call them apartments? Maybe it's case sensitive. Name begins with like this. Or I can add a parameter which tells if it's a stairway or an apartment. If I remove this filter again, I can make a test of my data. Do we have the right calculation? If I want to totals on those areas as well, let's say I want this area to be calculated totals as well, and I want this additional area. As you can see, I have this sum of the stairways. The stairways area should be the same as the additional areas. Otherwise, I can, if I have added 10 square meters here, you will see I have added more area than the stairway. It's just a way of controlling your Revit data, so those figures have to match. It's just a way to control your data. But use sometimes with schedule. It's a very strong tool if you know how to handle it. Questions?